Hello, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. So, I want to talk about some of the highlights from this week. Is going to be a new recipe I tried and a new restaurant I went to. It's actually a plant-based restaurant that only serves plant-based foods. Yes, yes, yes. And also just things out of the norm from the last videos that I've eaten or cooked this week that I haven't talked about. Got it? Good. Let me tell you about one of the new recipes I tried. So one of the new recipes I tried was, you remember, let me tell you what it was before I go into my story. It was wheat pasta with spaghetti sauce. What I created, my version of spaghetti sauce. So you remember I went to Olive Garden a few weeks ago and got their wheat pasta with spaghetti sauce. Actually, it's marinara sauce, which is what I have too, with marinara sauce. So it inspired me to make some because, you know, spaghetti lasts a long time. So I was like, hey, I can go ahead and cook this and have for a few meals. Don't have to worry about finding anything to eat for a few days. So that's what I did. I went to Walmart, got the wheat regular spaghetti, not the thin spaghetti. I got the regular spaghetti, boiled it, you know, till it was ready, and then I got a can of marinara sauce. I kind of looked at the amount of noodles I had for the spaghetti noodles itself, and I feel like I had too much, and I only cooked like half of the container, so I didn't even use all of it. I still feel like I didn't have enough marinara sauce in it, and actually I only had half of the marinara. So with my marinara sauce, I used some tomato sauce that I had in the refrigerator that I already had seasoning in it. Had like garlic, onion, Italian seasoning. Actually had Italian seasoning, which is like a blend already made, so I don't have to worry about mixing it up. So I just put that blend that was already in there, and I put some oregano in there, which is, both of those are herbs. So put both of those in there in that tomato sauce. So then I took tomato sauce out the refrigerator. I only had it maybe for like a few days. It was less than a week. And so I added that to the marinara, stirred up together. So it was marinara mixed with tomato sauce and seasoning. Added in some more oregano, added in some basil, added in some more pepper, a lot of pepper because I like it spicy, and stirred it up, heated it up, tasted it. It tastes good to me. Noodles ready. Drain the noodles, add it to the spaghetti sauce, stir it up together. Great to me. Put some in my plate, and guess what I added? Red pepper flakes. Like, I just love spicy stuff. It makes everything taste so much better. So red pepper flakes on top of that. What else? So yeah, that was my spaghetti. I had that for at least 4 meals, and my daughter had a serving of it too. This is for the entire box, so the half of it was probably like 3 servings. So I ate it twice. My daughter ate it once. I went back and cooked the other half of the box. I ate it about 2 times. So I guess it was like 5 servings. 5 or 6 servings, because I feel like there was a little bit left over this morning, and because I was going out and I was hungry, I was like, let me go ahead and eat like this little bit. And then guess what I did? This is what I like to do. This is just me. Don't talk about me. I like it. I like what I like. So this is what I did. I got the little bit that was left, put it in the microwave, warmed it up, put some red pepper flakes on it. Then you take a piece of wheat bread and you put the spaghetti on top of it, and then you kind of fold it a little bit, just one piece, fold it a little bit of spaghetti, and then you just bite it. I like it. It tastes good. You should try it. So that's what I did this morning as I was walking out the door leaving. When I say this morning, it was like after 10:30 when I ate that. So yeah, that's what I had this morning, and that was me finishing it up. So that's a good meal. I would definitely try again because it lasts a long time. My daughter said she didn't like it, but she ate it because she was hungry and she had took it to school. But, you know, you never know. I like things that taste like wheat bread, wheat pasta, wheat muffins. Like, I'm a fan of wheat things, so I like it, period. So that's one thing I tried. But let me tell you what I tried for lunch. I'm so excited because it was so good. Okay, this is what I tried for lunch. I had it was a version of buffalo chicken wrapper is where it came from. So this is what the idea is, buffalo chicken wrapper. And if you've been studying plant-based, then you've seen the buffalo cauliflower, where basically it's cauliflower with hot sauce on it. You do other things to it, and you dip it in different types of ranch, make it into a wrap, do whatever it is you want to do. So that's what I tried. It gets 2 thumbs up. I will try it again. I need a better recipe because the recipe I had, as I was doing it, I knew it didn't make sense, but I continued and I did it anyway and I made it work, but it didn't make sense. So let me tell you, this is what I did. So I use whole wheat flour and I added a whole bunch of seasoning, a lot of seasoning. So I had that, and then I added, outside of the seasoning, I added hot sauce, almond milk, and oil. So as I was doing, I was like, I've never had to do this before when I was making things with flour. This is weird. So of course the flour did what it was supposed to do, which was started crumbling up. Not sure what happened with it. Maybe it was me not fully reading I didn't fully read the instructions for that. I saw an Instagram video, and you know, Instagram videos, they want you to click the link, but they'll show you how they did it. So they didn't really tell you how much of the item they use. They just be like, I use milk, blah 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 blah. Kind of like me telling you about this, but without telling you how much of the ingredient I use. So that's what it was. So I think it has to do something with that, because I didn't fully read the instructions. But the next time I make it, which will probably be tomorrow, I will actually find some instructions that make sense, because I don't know why the flour was crumbling up before I could put the cauliflower in it. So I bought a head of cauliflower because it was cheaper than buying cauliflower already pre-cut. So you just go get a head of cauliflower, wash it off, cut it up however you want to do it. That's what I did. I'm sure there was instructions with that too. Nah, we just go with the flow on this. You know, as long as it makes sense and look alright, I'll make it work. I just cut it up. I think I did like half in one, what is it called, floret? You know what I'm talking about. So you have a head of cauliflower, and then I broke off one, and because it was hard to break off, I was like, oh, I have a knife. Wouldn't it make sense to use the knife, Crystal? Yeah, use the knife. Made so much sense to cut it off from the head itself. So cut off from the head, cut it in half, then cut it in half again. And then if I feel like it was too big, I may have like separated it a little bit. But that's pretty much what I did with the cauliflower. Washed it off, then I added it to the flour mixture that was already crumbling. I was like, this doesn't make sense. I don't know what's supposed to happen, but I made it work. Some of it was kind of smushed on, some of it wasn't. Some of it seemed like it didn't have anything on it. I made it work. So now I have the idea of, it's like, okay, this is good. I didn't try it again, but just do it correctly. So after that, after I put in the flour, I put the oven on like 400, and I use parchment paper on a baking sheet. So you don't need grease if you use parchment paper. It's not going to stick because it's parchment paper. So put it on there, put the cauliflower on there after the flour, put it in the oven for about, I think it was about 20 minutes. After about 10 minutes, I took it out, turned them over, put it back in there for another 10 minutes. Okay. But after the buffalo chicken came out the oven, what I did was, so again, I didn't fully follow the instructions. I did what made sense to me. After the buffalo cauliflower came out the oven, I did what I usually do to buffalo chicken, which is you take some butter, which I have some vegan butter. Take some butter, put it in the microwave, let it melt. Once the butter melts, take some hot sauce, Put it in there till most of it is the color of the hot sauce. Stir, 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 stir. Voila. I think on the instructions they had like all these different seasonings, like cayenne pepper, regular pepper, paprika. I don't too much work, no. Going what I know, and I know this tastes good, and it worked. So butter, hot sauce, 2 ingredients, stir. Took the cauliflower, put it in a paper plate, and then I just kind of poured most of the buffalo sauce that I made on top of it, stirred it up, make sure it was covered well, put it back on my parchment paper, put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes so it could kind of stick more. So that's pretty much what putting it back in the oven did. It just made it stick a little more. So once it came out, I was like, oh, let me try this. I dipped the cauliflower in a little of the ranch, what I bought today, and it was really tasty. Like, it was good. I'm telling, when you see me do this, like, that means it was good. But that wasn't even the best part of it. That's only like the tip of it. Let me finish telling you how it went. So, okay, so I have tortillas and put it in the microwave, put a wet paper towel on top and a wet paper towel on the bottom, and put the microwave for under 30 seconds till it got warm, got the right texture. Took it out, put the buffalo cauliflower in it. On top of that, I have some cabbage that I bought last weekend and made the, people say it's a healthy coleslaw. Some people say it's the Oriental chicken salad from Applebee's. It's the salad dressing from that. So basically it's an Asian salad dressing on cabbage is what it is. And so I was like, oh, that's what they have at Cheddar's. So I made some. So that is pretty much already cut up cabbage that you go and buy in the store in a bag over there by the lettuce. And then the salad dressing is pretty much like the vegan mayonnaise that I've been using is sesame oil, honey, rice vinegar, and a little mustard. Yeah, so take those, put it in a blender, mix it up, and then you put it in the coleslaw. Take this coleslaw, put it on top of the buffalo chicken. Take that and you wrap it up in the wrap, and then you take a bite. If you want, you could dip it in the ranch, or you could like be fancy like I was a little bit. This is fancy. Take a plastic spoon. This is fancy. Take a plastic spoon, dip it in the ranch, and put it on top of the tortilla where you're gonna bite it. So instead of dipping it, you just put it on top pretty much where you're gonna bite it at. And so just bite it. It's good. Or if you like me and want to be fancy again, you take the same plastic spoon or a different plastic spoon, whichever you prefer. Take the leftover buffalo sauce, put the buffalo sauce in on top of the wrap, and then put the ranch on top of it, or in reverse order, doesn't matter. This is just if you like it extra spicy like I do. And then you bite. How good can that be? Like, people, like, did you hear what that is? It's a tortilla. Then you got the buffalo cauliflower. If I said buffalo chicken, I meant buffalo cauliflower. Y'all know what I meant. Buffalo cauliflower. Then you got this coleslaw. It tastes nothing like regular coleslaw, except for the fact it's cabbage. But then you got this coleslaw. Then you could put some ranch on top of it. If you like a ranch fan, some people just love ranch. If you like a ranch fan, you can put the ranch on top of it. I think I even tried that in one of my bites. Like, I unwrapped it a little bit, put the ranch on top. I was like, this doesn't seem like it's gonna taste good, but the idea seemed good in my head, so I tried that. It was good. Wrapped it back up, took a bite, and it was good. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'll be doing that again tomorrow. Tomorrow. Like not today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow. So that's how it was. That's how it tasted. Oh, the last thing I'm gonna talk to you about is this. It's a diner. This diner that I went to that serves plant-based food. It's called Spiral's Diner. And they have one here in Dallas. And I remember my friend taking me to it maybe like 2 years ago. And she would just take me to it. And I'm kind of open to things. And so I went. And I think we tried like nachos or something. And like it was okay. Like it wasn't nasty. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm coming back. It was just like it was okay. It was just me trying something. But once I started researching, I was like, okay, this is probably one of the ones that is closest to me that have the type of things that I like. So went there, and y'all, like my plan was to go and take pictures of everything to show it to you. I'm gonna try to find some pictures online, but I feel so bad I didn't take pictures of my food. This is what I ordered: a meatball sub, and it came with like some oranges or some grapes. I think they had potato salad. They had other stuff that just didn't interest me, so what I had was oranges. They didn't have any grapes, so it came with oranges. And what else did I have? I had they have bakery type things. So they have like cakes, cupcakes, brownies, cookies, sweets, blah blah blah. They've researched this. They know how to make it, to use the right ingredients. They know how to make it work, know how to make it taste good. So the cupcake that I had was lemon raspberry, which is one of my favorites, and it was good. And I'm just so mad I didn't take a picture of it, but I'm gonna hopefully try to put a picture of it up so you'll know what it looked like, or at least get an idea of what it looked like. Okay, so that's what I had. I also was like, oh, they have like these sodas, and I was like, I haven't had a soda in like a very long time. And so soda that's not bad for you, and I just kind of wanted a taste for it. So I got the soda. I think it was like cherry Coke that I got. Of course it didn't taste like the regular cherry Coke, but it was pretty good. It was pretty decent. Like I would get it again, but because I feel like I don't need that taste within me, I don't have a desire for that taste. I probably won't get it again, but if I wanted soda, I wouldn't have a problem with drinking that again. So on the other hand, my daughter, she looked at the menu. She was like, no, I want none of this. Let me get something safe and get a root beer float. In her mind, it was safe. The ice cream, she didn't care for it. The root beer float, the root beer, she said it was okay, but the ice cream, she didn't care for it, but she ate as much as she could. But I think she ended up throwing part of it away, because it's kind of like when you get things that are going to be like healthier, it's not going to taste as good as I'm not going to say as good. It's not going to taste the same as the things that we're used to eating, the things that we've eaten for like however old you are. So if you're like 20, it's not going to taste as good as the things that you have been eating for 20 years. It's not gonna taste, because your body is used to it, your mind is used to it. Like unless you have like a different mindset, you're gonna want something really, really sweet, really, really unhealthy. You're gonna be like, no, I want what I'm used to. So she's just not in the mindset yet. But for me, I'm like, it tastes fine to me. So I like what I had. What she had, seemed okay. I didn't really taste her. I should have tasted, but I didn't taste it. But like, I'm sure it was good. And so, funny story, while we were in there, it was packed. Like, they had like a waiting list. People were outside waiting. People were like standing along the line waiting. And my daughter's like, why does everybody in here have a flat stomach? So I look around, and she was right. Like, the majority of the people in there were like smaller or like had flat stomachs. So I thought that was hilarious. I guess because if you're eating plant-based, then you're gonna be around other people that are doing it, and so they're really health conscious. So it was just kind of funny. It was like, I feel slightly out of place because these people are really small. that's besides the point. I mean, they're really small, but it is what it is. I'm on my journey. I'm gonna get there. So I'll probably be going back there. Don't know when, but I will be going back. And I think that's it, people. I've told you about all the great, wonderful, fantastic things that have happened. Yeah, that's it. So until next time, thank you for following along with me in this journey, and see you later.